there, I'm Katie Bear, and this is a video on a free Steam game that's called Among Ripples. I've never played this game before, but I've heard that it's very relaxing, and I think we could all do with a bit more relaxation in our lives, so I thought I'd give it a go. Also, I've been told that it's quite a time waster game. You don't really achieve very much in doing it, you just waste time. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, depending on how good the game is to play. So today I'm going to take a look at this tutorial because, like I say, I've never played before. And it's already quite relaxing. The music is really nice and tranquil. This lake and its inhabitants used to take care of themselves. Things change. It's now up to you. Click anywhere to continue. So I've clicked, and now we just wait and see. So I start off by spawning a couple of fish. I click the day spawning grounds in the middle of the lake bed. Okay, so that's here. Well, there's one. So I made that little fish come alive. And there's a limit to how many creatures I can spawn right away, and if I reach the limit, we need to wait for them to either grow or die to spawn more. It's quite slow to acknowledge when my clicks are happening because I've clicked a few times now. Right, so now let's spawn a few perch fish. Click their spawning grounds on the left side of the lake. So that's these reeds here. Okay, so it said a few, so I'll do 3. And I can adjust the level of oxygen in the water by clicking and dragging to the left or right. So oxygen affects algae growth and the creatures differently. Try this out. So there are toxic substances contaminating the lake. Try spawning some clams by clicking their spawning grounds at the bottom right of the lake. So there's my 3 clams. Now let's add some crayfish. Spawn these by clicking the log at the bottom left. Okay. Well, they look quite cool. So I may also add pikefish. Oh, so they're the biggest ones so far. And finally we have the otter. The otter can be spawned by clicking the reed in the upper left corner of the screen. I do really like otters. If I wish to quit the game, click the upper right corner and wait for the menu button to appear, then click it again to return to the menu. Okay. So I guess that's the full tutorial. I should probably just start playing. So if I do what it said on the tutorial and I just spawn a few of the things from each of the different spawners. I think that was all of the spawners, or have I missed some? And it said that I could change the oxygen level and that would affect things differently. But I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I'll try and go for like the biggest, whitest bubbles. So something just died here and I don't know what it was. I'm guessing that means my oxygen is too high. I'll turn it down a bit. So I've lost my perch. I know that much. These ones, I can't remember what they were called. And the perch, oh, they need to eat the smaller ones, so I need to be making more of the smaller ones. Now my ferret is gone. Oh no, it's there. Silly me. You see how one of my crabs is much bigger than the 3 little ones that I just made? When things first spawn, they're not massive. So maybe if you just keep on clicking things, then the ecosystem balances itself out. Maybe another ferret? No, I can't make another ferret right now, it seems. So the big fish need the smaller fish to survive. But what do the smaller fish eat? Make another crab? I still can't make any of the tiny fish just yet. But the big fish, we can make a lot of those. still only allowed to have one ferret. I'm guessing that the ferret eats the big fish, but I don't know. So it seems like right now, oh, I can make some more of these, some more clams. Right now that is all that I'm allowed to make. The clams get eaten really quickly. That's probably why you can make so many of them so quickly. I can make some more little fish now. Oh, and some more big fish. There isn't a way, I think, of expanding the lake because only a few could live really in this tiny space. We've only been able to make one ferret, which makes me think that either you're only allowed to have one or this ferret isn't being looked after well enough to make a second one. I don't know. This is definitely quite relaxing though. But basically if I just keep going around in a circle, clicking on things and creating new life, then it should never run out. I wonder who came up with the idea for this game, and what their idea actually was. So if I turn the oxygen down, all of the fish start to swim upwards as though they're trying to get out of the water. If I turn it up, they relax again and just start to swim around. The ferret's got out and left. So I don't know what I did wrong, what I did to upset the ferret. I'm guessing I can make a new ferret now. So if I put the oxygen all the way down and there's no bubbles now, what changes? All of the small fish died. The big fish seem okay. The ferret ate one of the big fish. I'll put the oxygen back up because it does seem like maybe halfway is fine. This definitely seems like a nice game for a very small child. What's this that's just appeared? I'm guessing that's the eggs for the small ones. Oh yeah, so the eggs will start hatching now. Or was that there before and I just didn't notice it? I mean, it's quite clear that I don't entirely know what I'm doing, but there is something that makes me want to keep playing. One thing to notice is that the big fish, their eyes are see-through. They basically don't have eyes. The eyes change colour based on where they're swimming. So basically what it feels like is that you make certain things for other things to eat, so that other things can eat those things, and the ferret is at the top of the food chain. The bigger the animal, the higher up on the food chain it is. In this case, the ferret is the biggest, and it eats the big fish, and the big fish eat the small fish, and the small fish, I think, eat the crabs and the lobsters. Oh, I've just noticed that my ferret is gone. I didn't see him leave. That means that we can have a lot more perch, I guess. Make a new ferret. I wonder if this means that a fish has stayed alive long enough to reach maturity and come here and lay its eggs. That's what I'm going to decide. That's what I think has happened. And I don't know how one of these fish has lived long enough for that, because these fish are definitely eaten a lot. My ferret at the moment is covered in purple spots. I don't know what that means. I don't think it was covered in purple spots before. I think there must be something wrong with the water. I'm going to try changing the oxygen level a bit. Maybe it's just supposed to look like that, or it's a bug or something. Because changing the oxygen level didn't seem to fix it. It seems like I might not be very good at this game. So I'm still trying to figure it all out. I have no idea really what I need to do to make sure that all of the fish are okay. All I do is just keep sending more of them in there and seeing what happens. But maybe there's a trick to it. See, this ferret isn't covered in blue spots, and when it does become covered in blue spots, maybe we'll be able to figure out why it happened. Or maybe it won't get covered in blue spots, maybe it was just a bug of the game. So what do you think? Do you think this game looks interesting? Why do you think they made it, and what do you think they were trying to make it to achieve? I have to say I found it quite enjoyable, but also quite confusing. Not really understanding what I'm supposed to do or achieve. And the tutorial did explain some things, but I don't think it answered all of the questions that I've got. And maybe there are some small bugs in it, I don't know. The music is very relaxing though. I have to give it that. And I do find underwater life to be really interesting. I imagine it would be quite a good aid for meditation or just finding tranquility. And it's quite strange. I know that I should really stop playing now. I've got some other things to do today, but I still feel like I just want to sit here and keep on watching and pressing. But I should end the video now and do something else really. Even though this is quite addictive. Anyway, I hope that you've kind of enjoyed this introduction to Among Ripples. I don't think it's the kind of video, I don't think it's the kind of game that I can come back to for future videos. I think I've probably said everything I could possibly say about it now. I do other gaming videos though, so if this is the first one by me that you've seen, then please check out my channel. And if you've liked this video, then hit the like button for me please, that would be so appreciated. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!